Ladies and gentlemen, Garry Moore.
Gracious, confessing, that's one of the saddest sights I've ever seen, an unborn pizza. That's kind of pretty, though. That has a sensual feel to it. You get a suit made out of that. Well, I'll tell you what, the fellow who you see over here in the middle whirling and twirling and doing his best knows just about all there is to know about pizza. And as you might suspect, our first guest today is involved in the big, round, wonderful world of pizza pies. And we'll meet him right after we meet our panel with lots of dough here on To Tell the Truth.
Gene Rayburn. Peggy Cass. Tom Poston. And Kitty Carlisle.
Control yourself, Peggy.
Were I you, panel, the rest of the panel, I would protect my pizza because Kitty will eat all four of them. She's got a waistline about 2 inches around, eats like a truck driver.
Pineapple. I didn't want. Are they all different?
I don't know. I haven't tried any myself. I assume that they're all different. But they're all good, I guarantee you that. Because we got the man here who knows about this. Each of you has been served, yes, it says here an individual pizza. And you start on it. All righty? Now let's meet the man that is positively pro-pizza.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Thomas Ciccarelli.
Number two.
My name is Thomas Ciccarelli.
Number three.
My name is Thomas Ciccarelli.
Pizza makes me passionate? What a slogan. All right, only one of them is really Thomas Ciccarelli, and here is his tasty tale. It says, I, Thomas Ciccarelli, passionately proclaim that a pizza is positively poetic. As executive director of the North American Pizza Association, it is my goal to have the entire country share my enthusiasm. My high pizza pie in the sky hopes are well-founded. Pizza already ranks first with the 21 to 34-year-olds. To give the pizza image additional pizzazz, we have introduced a syndicated comic strip that chronicles the heroic adventures of Mary Mozzarella, Raquel Relish, and Peter Pepperoni. Seen here in his super role as Super Pizza. The villains include the menacing Harry Hamburger, whose onion breath speaks for itself, and Harvey Hot Dog, whose bark is bigger than his bite, and Yuck Freddy Fish, who is clearly all wet. Last year, over 1.5 billion pizzas were sold. Obviously, the United States is going to the pizzas. Signed, Thomas Ciccarelli. That's what you get for being the MC. You gotta talk so you don't get none.
You want some?
I'm gonna have some, and you all go out there and have yourself a commercial or two. And these three gentlemen across from us all claim to be Thomas Ciccarelli, passionate pizza promoter. And let's start the questioning with...
Don't bother us, will you, Gary? We're busy.
Peggy, I'm sorry, you must start, my friend.
You know something?
What?
It's every time there's a food spot, they put me on first. It's just so that I won't enjoy it.
Don't talk with a mouthful, Peggy.
If I don't talk with the mouthful, I won't be able to talk at all. My dear, it's delicious. Number three, did you think up the idea of pineapple pizza?
No, it's a New Orleans pizza.
That's the way they do it down there. Now, mine is got sausage in it. What's that called? Number two, my pizza has sausage in it. What kind of sausage is that?
It's a dried sausage. It's not cooked, Peggy. It's cured for about 27
But what's
days.
the name of it? The sausage. It's a type of sausage.
Well, it's just a type of sausage. It's pepperoni is probably what you'd call it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and number one, do you only have comic strips about pizzas, or do you, in fact, own a pizza parlor place?
No, we have buttons and bumper stickers and everything that goes along with it.
Number two, what is the difference between an ordinary pizza and a Sicilian pizza?
I don't know the difference. I've only experienced the American pizza.
Well,
pizza.
then number 3, I'm a pizza queen. I'm crazy for pizza. Do you know the difference between a
Yes, I
Sicilian?
do. The
What is it?
Sicilian pizza is the square pizza. It's the full dishing of all the meats and good cheese, and basically it's Italy's pizza.
Yeah. Number 1, do you think Italy can...
Thank you, Peggy. You can go back to eating now and we go to town.
I've heard a terrible rumor that pizza is not a native dish of Italy. Is that true, number 1?
No, that's not true. It is.
A native dish of... And what town is it actually from? Is it from Pisa?
No, not at all.
Where did it get the name, number 2? Please, let me ask this way. Number 2, where does the name pizza come from?
Pizza was started in New York City. It wasn't started in Italy. So the name came from New York City. We started around the first part of the about 1905 in that area around in New York City.
Thank you. Number 3, which is the most popular pizza in America?
Well, there really isn't the most popular pizza in America.
No, I mean, we
there
have
are
6
so many
different
varieties. Well, that's why pizza itself is the popular item. It's not which variety. There are actually 40 different varieties of pizza that you could get.
40, my gosh. I couldn't do it, but I'll try.
Well, they're great.
Bring them on.
Try them. They're really good.
This pineapple one is
Delicious.
unusual, but very, very good. What is that meat in the pineapple pizza? Do you know, number 1?
The meat, ham, I believe, yeah.
Just plain...
And we go on to Kitty, please.
Well, it's absolutely fascinating. Number 1, are you a cook or are you a sort of a promoter of I can't, it's the pizza's tongue-tied me. Are you a promoter of advertising?
Both.
Now, number 2, do you have anything to do with that fellow there who's throwing those things up in the air like I never saw before?
Yes.
What does he do for you? Whoops.
He worked for the magazine that we publish.
Oh, you publish a magazine.
That's correct.
And number 3, why does he have to throw it up like that?
Because they wanted us to do it like this on television.
But they do it number 1, they do it that way in the windows when you see it, and they're not on television. What does it do? Does it make the dough lighter?
It's centrifugal force that causes it to expand.
And do you do that same thing too?
You can roll it, or you can do it that way.
Number 2, can you do that?
Yes.
I'd like to see you try. Number 3.
Gary tried.
Oh, come on.
I'm very good at it.
Oh, no.
And that's going to take us down to Gene Rayburn for the finals.
Could you send out for some beer, Gary?
Pretty soon.
I love
What
you.
was that? Yeah. Listen, whoever you are, you burned my bottom here. I don't like it too well done, so would you keep that in mind next time you do it? Let's get to the bottom of this. Number 3, I too have heard the story that pizza is an invention of someone in New York City, that it is not native to Italy. Do you dispute that?
Well, I will dispute it to an extent. Actually, pizza means pie.
Right.
Who's asking you? Eat your pie and shut up.
The American version of pizza, yes, is American. And now in Italy, you can get the same version as you can get here in the States.
Okay, that's all I have to say. I gotta eat some more of this burnt pizza.
So in other words, pizza pie then means pie. That's really what it is. It doesn't sound too intelligent, but there you are. And the bell has rung, and we must mark our ballots. So we mark them for number 1, or for number 2,
I ate my crayon.
or for number 3. We pay $50 for each wrong vote. We pay $500 if all the votes are wrong. And if you can find your ballots under the pizza, I do trust you'll mark them. And
That was a pepperoni.
has everybody marked?
Wait a minute, hold on. Now, wait just a second.
Okay,
now.
no consulting, no
Yeah,
peeking
all
over
right, I
one
got
another's
it.
shoulder
Okay.
and like that.
Right.
And Peggy, you start.
Well, I didn't think that he didn't know too much about pizza.
Too
Pizza is an Italian name for pie, but Sicilian pizza has a thick crust too, number 3. However, you did know more than the others, so I voted you for pizzas. The Italian pizzas in Italy can't compare with American pizzas.
So we've got a patriotic number 3, and Tom is doing a little dusting and cleaning.
I have salivated from one end of my bib to the other. I apologize, but it really, folks, really, if you can enjoy it from afar, this is really good. I voted for number 2.
We're going down the line. We got a 3 and a 2, and what does Kitty say?
I voted for number 1.
We are going down the line.
I think he knows more about pizzas than anybody else, and I think he could do that flip up in the air, too.
Gene Rayburn, you're going to have to break this tie.
I'm gonna break the tie.
You're going to break the tie.
I'm sorry to show you this, folks. But I voted for the man who looks most like a paisano. That's number one. My card got a little greasy because I forgot to use my napkin. I'm sorry about that.
Well, I tell you what, now, the votes are all in. We'll do this a little differently this time. All three of the Thomas Ciccarellis, please stand up. All three of you stand up, gentlemen. Now, Rocco, if you will throw that pizza in that direction, the one who is the right one should be able to catch it as it goes down the line. Good luck to the first 4 rows. All right, Rocco. Yeah, bye.
Good girl, Kitty.
Good job, imposters. Number 2, sir. What is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Don Gershio. I'm vice president of a private detective agency here in New York City.
Hey there. Number 3, you are most authoritative. What is your real name and what do you do?
My real name is Al Altman, and I'm the director of professional activities for Chapel Music Publishers.
Good enough. All I can tell you, Tom, is we've enjoyed your presence, we've enjoyed your food, and thank you very much for being with us on To Tell the Truth. Now, we will meet our next team of challengers right after we pay a few bills. I thought this was going to be an esoteric, way out spot, but apparently a lot of you know about this sort of thing. As you can see center stage, friends, we have a BSA motorcycle. And it has 650 cubic centimeter twin-cylinder engines. Now, you say you own 2, Gene?
Both my wife and I each have one. Doesn't everybody have a motorcycle?
I don't.
Really? And did you used to have one time?
Oh, I used to have one.
Now what do you got?
Now I have scars.
Kitty, I can't imagine you.
Oh, yes, I own one through my son, Chris.
Oh, Chris has one. Well, all right. Well, now, you think this belongs to a hot rodder or something like that there?
No.
Well, I'll tell you, this particular bike has been ridden in all corners of the world by our next guest, and let's meet our cyclist right this minute.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Teresa Wallach.
Number 2,
My name is Teresa Wallach.
number 3,
My name is Teresa Wallach.
And only one of them really is Teresa Wallach. You know that from watching the show. Listen to Teresa's story. It says, I, Teresa Wallach, maintain that motorcycling is a delightfully exciting sport and a useful means of transportation. I have driven motorcycles almost all over the world and have had some memorable experiences. I've worn out a crankshaft in the desert and I've run out of gas in the jungle. During World War II, I was the first woman to ride in my country's celebrated motorcycle corps. Contrary to popular opinion, a motorcycle can be the safest vehicle on the road. However, if you don't know what you're doing, it can be the most dangerous. In order to take danger out and put safety in, I have written the complete beginner's guide to buying, operating, maintaining, and repairing a motorcycle. My book is entitled Easy Motorcycle Riding. Signed, Teresa Wallach. And Gene Rayburn is the owner of 2 bikes. Let's start with you.
Yes, indeed. I agree with you, Teresa, whichever one you are. Motorcycling is a marvelous way of sightseeing. It really is, because you've got 360 degrees of vision all the way around you. Anyway, number 2, do you happen to know which state recently rescinded the law requiring motorcyclists to wear helmets?
I don't know. The law's always changing. I can't keep up with them myself.
Thank you. Number 3, what are you supposed to do on your motorcycle if you hit a patch of sand or you go suddenly from a hard road to a dirt road?
Well, then you need to speed up.
Yeah. Number 1, do you know what the initials BMW stand for?
Yes, it's Birmingham Small Arms.
Yes. Number 2, what's the displacement of this?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Gene, I thought she misunderstood your question.
Yeah,
I said
I misunderstood you.
BM.
That's Bavarian Motor Works.
Number 2, what's the displacement of this wheel?
650 cc's.
I
And that takes us to Peggy Cass, please.
Hey, number 1, does Birmingham Small Arms make motorcycles or something?
Well, they bought Triumph. Originally, that was Triumph.
Oh.
And they have taken that over.
Thank you. Number 2, what did the motorcycle corps in your country do during the war?
The Women's Auxiliary Territorial Service.
Yes. And what did they do? What was their job?
Anything they were told to do. Cooking or transportation, secretarial or whatever we're told to do.
Number 3, it said here that you ran out of gas in the jungle. Well, were you on a road in the jungle, or were you just dashing through the thickets?
No, just on a path in the, over the, rough terrain. I was testing a bike.
In which jungle? Where?
This was in Africa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Number 2, do you consider that a motorcycle really is a safe means of transportation for your ordinary, regular car, like your Volkswagen driver?
You can have bad Volkswagen drivers.
Oh, indeed, but you can also, it's not as dangerous maybe as having a bad motorcycle driver.
And from Peggy, we go to Tom.
Number 1, who else makes a big British cycle? Do you know?
Well, it's on the tip of my tongue. And,
well, it doesn't matter.
I know the other ones, but I just can't think of the British one.
No, it doesn't matter. It was only one that I was familiar with. There may be a dozen for all I know. Number 2, what's holding that bike up in the middle of the stage there?
I don't know. It's too tired.
Too tired. Well, why wouldn't it fall over since it only got 2 wheels on it?
It has a stand in the middle. It's got 2 little feet down there.
Ah, those little feet. Number 3, do you know what a single-stroke motorcycle engine is? Why they call a motorcycle engine a single-stroke?
Yes, that's a small a bike, and it's used for very light things, more or less pleasure.
And from Tom, we go to Kitty.
Number 3, you say it's perfectly safe in your book. It may be perfectly safe in the jungle or in the desert, but most motorists seem to feel that motorcycle riders are fair game on the highways.
Well, it depends on the driver. If you are not out to dare yourself and to test yourself as far as bravery and things like that, a lot of these accidents could be avoided.
Thank you. Number 2, do you feel it's imperative to wear a helmet?
No, it never saved an accident.
Oh. That rather stopped me. Number 1, what desert were you in when you wore out a crankshaft?
That was in the Sahara Desert.
What were you doing there?
Well, you see, I was going with a friend of mine. We started in Algiers.
You weren't testing anything.
Oh, we weren't testing anything. We just went there for the hell of it. She had her,
That's the name of that other English bike we couldn't think of. Yes, of course it was. Just happened to be there at the moment, and anyhow, why don't we decide which one we think it is? Do we think it's any one of them? Do we think it's number 1? Do we think it's number 2? Or are we positive it is number 3? We'll pay $50 for a wrong guess. We'll pay $500 if any of the guesses is understandably incorrect. And we will go to Gene Rayburn.
Well, I couldn't vote for number 3 because she did the exact wrong thing when she hit sand. If you speed up a motorcycle when you get into sand, you're going to be in big trouble.
She doesn't agree.
Well, I know, I disagree.
Number 2, I wanted to vote for her, but number 1 knew so much about it, British Motor Works, and she knew about BSA and the cubic displacement and all that. And so I voted for Miss Blip.
All right, we got a 1 showing, and we go on now to Peg.
Well, I'm sure they're all absolute Peter Fondas of the road, but number 2 is a very droll lady, and I think you'd have to be droll to drive in jungles and the Sahara, so I voted for number 2.
She's not only a good bike rider, she's a champion leg puller. I don't know if she's the right one. Let's go, Tom.
She's great, but I think that even if she is the right one, she should have used this opportunity to say that helmets are extremely important. And if there is a state that has recently rescinded that law, they should have their...
I'll tell you why later.
And Kitty?
I wouldn't vote for number 2 either, because first place she said that the weight of the tire was 65 cc's, and I think that's something you put in a syringe.
And so we have a vote for number 3,
I
right?
vote for number 3.
All right, it's all up and down the board. Will the real Teresa Wallach please stand up?
Come on, 2.
Come on, 1.
Come on,
Yeah. Great job, ladies, all right. Let's find out about number 1. Yes, number 1, let's start again. What is your name, please? What do you do?
My name is Lottie Kuthi, and I'm a craftsman for leather and wood in West Milford, New Jersey.
And number 3, please. What is your name? What do you really do?
My name is Martha Brady, and I'm a housewife.
That's dangerous work. Teresa, we can sit and chat all day, but the time has run out on us. So thank you very much, Teresa Wallach and Imposters, for being with us on To Tell the Truth. I'm sure it doesn't make any difference to you folks where our shows are televised from. It makes a great deal of difference to us because we grow tremendously fond of the crew that we work with. Due to circumstances beyond anybody's control, starting next Monday, we'll be coming to you from different premises, different crew. But on behalf of the panel and the production staff of To Tell the Truth, I want to thank the stage crew here at Studio 50 and our technical crew. Guys, you've been marvelous, and may we have a reunion, and thank you all very much.
Yeah, very well.
Transportation and other considerations provided by Chevrolet, featuring the new Monte Carlo. Still the only personal luxury car you can buy for anything near the price. Luxury style, craftsmanship plus traditional Chevrolet value. Prizes or product mentioned were furnished and or paid for by the manufacturers or suppliers of the products or services identified on this program. This is Johnny Olson speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Cullen production.